Yo, what's up, everybody? GENOTHADRAGON's back. You saw the title, like, I don't even know. It's just no fancy words, intro, whatever. It's just that day, like, finally here. Rest in peace, Stanley, and Stan the Manly, who is, I don't even know. I don't even think it's really hit me yet. I was really kind of thinking about it because I got a message earlier. My guy messaged me. It's like Stanley passed. I went straight to Twitter. Look at that. It's right at the top of the list. Stanley dead in '95. My cousin mentioned me on Facebook in a post she made. She know I'm big in comics too, and so like everybody just kind of feels that just around industry and entertainment. Of course, I don't even know where to start. Like, it's just Stan Lee, man. He helped co-create just tons of favorite characters and stories and moments in comics, and then eventually like wider entertainment with his cameos in movies and just some of the other television works he did, like How to Create a Superhero, or wait, Who Wants to Be a Superhero, and just some of the other stuff he did, like just cool interviews and all that good stuff. And it's also kind of, I don't even know what I would even call it. This has to be kind of with Veterans Day, honoring those who have served, past and present. And Stanley was in the Army, served in World War II. So he had, I don't even remember how many years, but yes, like Stan Lee was a vet too. So also kind of honor him, not for his comic book work, but for serving in the U.S. Army in the 40s, and then coming back, and then, well, that's the rest is history. So yeah, Stan Lee, man, it's wild because you just think about everything that he had a hand in, and it's just wow, like, Marvel, DC, or even their older entities, and then Lee even did some stuff with Boom Studios. There's a couple books he kind of worked with there. There was this other independent book I have on my shelf he worked with, or he had a hand in, like the production of, the publication of. And I know one thing that people are gonna, I hope nobody really does it today, like not on the day that he passed, but everybody's gonna get into the whole co-creator thing and then everything with Jack Kirby. But I really hope people don't do that today and just kind of let this day be about, as far as, I mean, with regards specifically to Stan Lee, not, Veterans Day and everything else in the world, but at least just with Stan Lee's passing, just let it be about celebrating the man and what he brought to us, the joy he brought to millions of people across the world through comics, and what those characters have kind of extended to movies, cartoons, video games, all that good stuff. So, and look, I put on an X-Men shirt just for this video. My favorite X-Men shirt. The X-Men are my favorite, and there's just tons of stories that Stan Lee just, I don't know, man. He just did, like, he's just one of those people. And it always reminds me, because you kind of knew it, he was 95, man, but Stan Lee was still rocking. And that's what's kind of wild, because as Stan Lee got up in age, you just kind of always saw him, and you saw how energetic he would be at conventions and just in interviews. And Stan Lee loved this stuff. He ate it up. And he was like, man, Stan Lee is still spry. He's still energetic. He's still feeling it. He loves this stuff. And you eventually, Stan Lee wasn't gonna be around forever. We all know that. And kind of reminds me of when my grandma passed last year, and we all knew it was coming, but still, when it happened, it was still, obviously you're still gonna feel that. So it's kind of, I know that's probably what a lot of people are feeling. And then one of the big stories was, at least maybe even going last year, at least in this year, and maybe back at least a year or two, all the stories about the issues of his caretaking and just business stuff, and allegations of abuse by people who's he kind of trusted to help him out and take care of him. So that's always troubling, because you never want to see that, especially from somebody you admire you don't want to like hear about them not being taken care of and then like them being mistreated anyway. So, but I think some of that stuff kind of got settled a little bit with, but then it was just a mess. So I didn't remember the guy's name. I don't even want to show him. I don't even want to like just give him that much by even saying his name. So fuck that guy. But yeah, man, just seriously, just honored dude, and I don't even know what to say. Like, I wasn't gonna script this. I just wanted to just kind of talk and show some love to Stan Lee. Kind of, man, like I really always go back to just those images of him being just like energetic as hell. Like seriously, you could just see it. You could see the love and the excitement in his face talking about comic books and superheroes, and that really kind of went. That really kind of went throughout the industry, and that inspired just tons of people. I can't imagine the number of people inspired, not by what he's like the creations, but just like his work and what he did, and just kind of what he brought to people. So, yeah, man. I guess I don't even know what to say. Just I never got a chance to meet him. I know he stopped doing. I'm pretty sure he stopped doing conventions, but I'm not even technically sure on that. Somebody let me know in the comments below at one point, because I'm pretty sure he did stop within the last year or so. Stop doing conventions, which is pretty wild still, because like dude was in his 90s, and so he was still rocking conventions in his late 80s, early 90s, still rocking. And then yeah, man, it was just wild. But yeah, just gotta say rest in peace, rest in power, Stan the Man Lee, because it was just one of those figures in comics, and he'll always be remembered. And so, yeah, let me know in the comments below just some of your, if you met Stan Lee, if you're one of, I don't know, like there's tons of people who probably met Stan Lee, obviously. But if you did meet Stan Lee, let me know in the comments below, like how the interaction was, what it was like meeting, what you felt, and yeah, what are some of your favorite creations that he help bring to the people, to the fans, to the comic book community, and what are some of your favorite movie cameos that he's had? I think quite a few. And he always gets some, either making some funny face or just some funny little one-liner, 1-2-liner, whatever it was. And it was always like, oh, hoping. I know there was always like lists of Stan Lee cameos, all that good stuff. So yeah, man, it was. I don't even know what else I wanted to say, honestly. Just really, I guess, as I said, just want to show some love to Stan Lee. RIP to co-creator of just tons of dope characters and stories. And yeah, man, that's it. I don't even have anything else to say. Nothing fancy. Just keep enjoying comics, man. Live your life. And just seriously, dude, comics are great. And what he kind of did, especially just for Marvel and just for the comic industry, just kind of elevating it and just having a hand in so many just long-lasting things that people grew up and loved. So I remember, I was about to wrap it up, but I wanted to say this, and I was thinking about the comment I left on my cousin's Facebook post when she tagged me in. I was just saying, man, Stan, you really helped co-create just tons of stuff that I loved as a kid and still love today. Just seriously, just you can't even see my room, but I have framed comics up. I had comic book posters. So I even have I got some Spider-Man right here, mostly X-Men, obviously, but I have Marvel Universe poster back there, and yeah, mostly X-Men stuff. Yeah, that's just how I roll. So yeah, let me know in the comments below some of your Stan Lee memories, favorite Stan Lee memories, creations, characters, stories, anything, whatever. Drop them in the comments below, and yeah, Excelsior.